Hello, what is happening, everybody? It is happening confirmed today as we're going to be stepping into the ring of ArDM. This is going to be rather interesting. It's been a long time since I've casted an ArDM game, which means that I have to pay a lot more attention to the hero names instead of which hero it actually is. For those of you who don't know the rules, it's first to 40 respawns or destroy the ancient. So first team that respawns 40 times loses. So, let's get on with it. On the middle lane, on the Nyx for now, is Nick Grai. Say goodbye to tomorrow. On the Doom, he'll probably be hitting the top lane. Elder Titan is played by Lableze? Maybe something. Yes. Tiny will be picked up by Alex the Mighty Seal. And last but not least, we will be having the Archdeath on the Visage. Those two will probably actually take up the top lane, which means that Doom will have to rotate bottom. Not entirely sure about that choice, but then again, it is ArDM, so we're not expecting any serious Dota to come out of anybody. The Juggernaut will be picked up by Randy for now. And the guy we're missing is somebody called Omega. No, wait, that's Camouflage Lion. On the OD, we have Wolfram Omega, Beastmaster for now, Elo, and last but not least, we got Hande Kuriwa on the Razor. Yes, and that was terribly racist, I know, but we're heading into the game. Camouflage Lion has reconnected, and he is quite valuable as he is the Terrorblade. So, we're diving into this game, and you really gotta worry about your item choices when you're playing ArDM, because that's what's gonna make or break the game for you. I'm just gonna quickly turn down my audio here so you guys can actually hear what I am saying. There we go. But Elder Titan and the Tiny picking up the bounty runes here to start out. So they're going to be rotating into the lane. I don't think Doom is going to be a part of an aggro tri-lane. That would be a bit weird. So he's probably going to be actually rotating towards the mid lane. Nyx Assassin going bottom. That's going to secure the Doom some early farm. And seeing the fact that he's up against an OD, he's probably going to have some serious mana issues. Yes, going to go straight for the Astral Imprisonment, even though it's not that long, but it's going to kill off his mana completely, which means that the Devour will be a difficult asset. Because as you can see, the base regeneration, if you look at the bottom of the screen here, is only 0.5. I know it's not very large, but it's only 0.5 mana per second. Of course, with the intelligence reduction already up on the top lane. Razor just stealing a bit of damage up from this Tiny. He can no longer last it. I'll be damn surprised if he actually did. And Razor just going to go for a bit of harass. Going to get counter-harassed, though. Oh, Tiny actually going for the stun here. He doesn't have a toss, and he's taking one hell of a lot of damage. This is going to be first blood. Yes, it is. Hande Kuruwa taking that blood.
And the atmosphere's electric.
Oh, yeah, Razor. The atmosphere is electric, as there are electrons in the atmosphere. That was some terrible physics. My physics teacher would murder me if I said that. My physics and chemistry teacher both, and even my mathematics teacher. But yeah, down on bottom lane we got Randy joining up with the Camouflage Lion. Camouflage Lion now gonna get stunned. Nick Ride, the Nyx Assassin, trying to make it out. He should be able to. Move speed actually favors the Juggernaut, but he's not gonna dive underneath the tower. So very, very close to a kill there. But no cigar. As now in middle lane, if we're gonna take a look at the last hit graph, that's probably one of the most useless graphs. Razor dying up on top lane because I did not pay attention. Probably look to go for the Archdeath. The Tiny has now spawned in as Alina. Basically, what I've noticed, a tendency I've noticed, is that Dagon is a really, really good item in ArDM. So we'll probably see a lot of Dagons because they go with pretty much all heroes. Just getting a good old pair of power sheds works as well now down on middle lane. Small Astral there. And what was a Razor has now returned as an Ancient Apparition. So we got that out of the way. He's actually chosen to go for a Cloak. Usually damage resistance items aren't that bad. Or at least magic resistance isn't. Because it's not that bad. I mean, you get to basically defend yourself against magic, which is more often than not actually the most common source of damage. It's rare that you have farmed physical damage dealers in this game. Now Terrorblade, they're going up against the Elder Titan here. There is no Stomp, it's on cooldown, and he's got no mana for it, so they're just going to be backing out. forcing them away, and OD currently actually ripping up the middle lane here. With the Visage even farming up on top lane. And this top lane is very, very aggressive. Of course, Ancient Apparition only able to do so much up against a lineup like this. I don't think Beastmaster Ancient Apparition AA is the strongest lane in total, but yeah, it's not the best lane, to be honest. I mean, there is the Cold Feet, but then again, Beastmaster can work the Wild Axes, you know, pretty much on his own. So, not the best lane in composition, or at least not for taking kills. I mean, Wild Axes, they work well on their own. Both things actually work well on their own, but combined, meh. Now the Doom is now gotten so... He's gotten Astral so many times, he doesn't have mana for a Devour, for a simple Devour. He's got 91 total mana pool. As of right now, he's got no intelligence at all. The guy is dumb.
Middle is missing.
But yeah, both teams on 39 respawns, people just trying to farm up. Visage taking a lot of the farm. I would probably put it on the Luna as of right now. Lena, excuse me. Lena, yep. But anyway, Visage actually going for the Phase Boots. Now that's the interesting bit. I don't think I would actually go Phase Boots because I would be too afraid of dying in an ArDM game to go for a pair of Phase Boots. And Power Treads, you know, they work well on any hero because you can just reset your basic, just reset depending on what your character's preference is. And now OD joining in on the top lane here. He does have a double damage rune. It's going to pop and now going to Astral the Visage. They're going to be coming in for this kill. Stun. Oh, on target from Lena. Now the Dragon Slave putting the AD or the AA low and the OD also. And he's able to retreat up, but the kill will go onto the Ancient Apparition, who's already died once. OD trying to heal up. Now going to return to middle to prevent this Doom from getting too much farm. In the meantime, down the bottom lane, they are zoning out the Nyx, but the damage just isn't there. And OD, excuse me, I keep saying 80. Oh wait, that's the AA. Hyundai Kurwa going to be spawning in as the Templar Assassin. That's pretty much what I'm going to call anybody I cannot pronounce from now on. It's something with Knievel, but I don't care. It's Hyundai Kurwa now. Terribly racist. Sorry, Korea, Japan, China, wherever this comes from, but it's all in good fun. It's no offense. And now up in top lane. This Beastmaster's having a bit of trouble. He's on 10 last hits as of right now, and completely getting zoned out up here by the Visage and the Lena. Actually going for the mana boots. That's not a terrible choice either to go for the mana boots because a lot of people need mana now terribly. Getting chased down. Randy turning around, trying to bash or at least crit this Elder Titan, but Terribly going to be able to make it out nice and comfortably. But yeah, up on top lane, Beastmaster taking a bit too much for Rast to actually get in and get any last. It might help to have a TA in the lane, seeing the fact that neither of these have like DOTs, damage over time. Dot damage. Oh, down the bottom lane, we got the rotations coming in. Doom found himself an Invis rune. He does have the Doom up and ready, and Juggernaut is only level 4. He's going to come in. Are they going to go for the straight Doom? They are. And now Randy, he should pretty much be toast. Doom trying to chase Juggernaut is still the faster hero. And he's not even dead. There was no backup. They needed the Nyx stun or something like that. Elder Titan as well, but Randy going to be able to outlive this. Big mistakes. Now Lena rotating mid, trying to find a bit of farm there. But yeah, what I was saying with the Arcane Boots is that most heroes usually have some form of mana issues that Arcane Boots will solve, which is why it's not a terrible choice. Oh, Archdeath. He's going to back off. They're going to try to chase him. Going to go for the Astral. There is a Sandy Eclipse, and there it is. Almost going to put him down. Very, very close. He is super low. There, he's not going to get close enough for a Melt Strike. But he's stuck in there. If Courier comes with the TP, he's going to be, or it's going to be in trouble. It's even just a Foot Courier as well. Now she's going to try to make it out, but TA Hyundai Kurwa should be able to clean this up rather easily. Now the rotation's coming in from the bottom, middle lane, excuse me. With the Lena, they're going to try to find this TA, Nyx Assassin. Turning around, missing the stun. There's of course the refraction up and ready, and it's a difficult one to get rid of. Especially when you're a burst damage hero like Lena. Doom taking up mid again. His farm is was looking solid starting out, but it's just kind of falling apart. Camouflage Lion Pretty much the best on farm as of right now, and we did have the Visage respawn in as a Draw Ranger. Both teams were very even here. But the Draw Ranger doesn't really work all that well with the face boots. Because she doesn't really lack all that much damage in terms of when she gets her ulti. And Chase, not a problem with the frost arrows, so that's the point where you need power treads. That's when you get the Draw Ranger. So, not really off to a good start here. It does have 1k gold in the bank, so could go for something. Maybe not, instead of just a naked pair of face boots. Now got first point in marksmanship. That should increase her damage by a significant bit. Alex the Mighty Seal has actually let the Laguna Blade rip. I didn't even notice when. No ulti was firing. But it's backed off cooldown. Now down the bottom lane, the Gust is going to come out. Randy dropping a bit low here, but no chase though. They don't have the creep wave pushed in, so they can't really dive the tower as of right now. And Draw Ranger just trying to farm up, looking second best on farm here. And also on the net worth. Up on the top lane, we do have the Lina. She's got the mana boot. She does have the mana for the Laguna Blade, but is it going to be enough? 450? Nah, Refraction's up and running, so she's not going to be able to. Now going to be, I don't know where she's going. She's going places, but not in the right direction. Now going to get chased down. Wild Axes are going to fly, but not going to connect. Camouflage Lion. They're pushing in deep here. There is only a range creep to tank the damage, and currently it's actually Elder Titan taking all the damage. Astral going to go out. Situation's very, very tense down here. Nick's gonna back out. He doesn't have any mana for anything after that Astral. Up on top lane. T, I'm not really sure what she's doing with the Melt Strike. Actually going for a Hood of Defiance as far as I think it's called. Hood of Defiance, yes it is. It is a, it's gonna give her a lot of magic damage resistance, but that's also about it. A lot of regen as well, but it can be unfortunate and have a hero who already got ridiculous regen, so you don't really need it. Doom now going to be TPing down to that bottom lane. They're looking to defend this. Is he going to let the Doom rip? And in which case, which one? Nope, actually not gonna. I would probably throw it onto the Terrorblade so he cannot ulti. Because as long as you got a creep wave, Omni Slash isn't really a problem. So we'll probably let it rip on the Terrorblade. Yeah, he's going for a Yasha, as you can obviously tell. That's a very, very common build. Try to go for Yasha, maybe get those illusions going with the Mansa style. You could go S and Y. Usually you wouldn't, you would just go for the Mansa. Now Doom, gonna get bursted. Doom is also gonna rip on the TA. And now the refraction is gone, but Doom in trouble. He's gonna fall terribly, gonna get that kill. Elder Titan now gonna be the one getting chased down here. And no kill for now. Nyx though getting slowed. Randy coming in. Oh, corrosive spikes. You tricky little bastard. Oh, it's gonna rip. Nope, not gonna connect on anybody to your split. Now the rotation coming down from Lina though. She does have a bottled regeneration here. Should probably let it go on the Terrorblade. Try for that easy kill. Yes, she is. Easy pickings. No wards. And a very, very solid kill. Drone Ranger actually, yeah, falling up on the top lane as well. To the Beastmaster. And let's see what the respawns are going to be. As we do already have a PA. That was the former Doom. So that's not a terrible, except for the fact that she is building an Agnum Scepter, but she can turn that into a Scotty if she wants to. Now, second hero, and we got a Sand King on our ass here. Oh, Elo dropping low though. But we got a Sand King on our team here. That's why Arcanes aren't usually all that bad, but Face Boots are, because if you get somebody like a Sand King, you can't really utilize it very well. It's going to prevent him from getting kited all too much and make him faster around the team fight, but that's pretty much it. He's not a right-click hero. Unless you want to turn him into one. And last little respawn is going to be the Ogre Magi. You could not get further from a regular Ogre build than this. Up on top lane, Omega getting caught out here. The OD taking a lot of damage, and there it is. Kill gonna go the way of the Phantom Assassin, so That's at least going to be some items in her favor. You really got to start, you know, you really got to think neutral when you try to build these. Something that can work. If you're going to be aggressive and you're going to die a lot, you got to build something that's pretty much hero neutral. Like a pair of power treads. Or something along the lines of that. Like basically a pair of power treads. If you're going to go for the boots, go for a pair of power treads. Usually, like I said, Dagon works as well. Aghanim Scepter is generally a terrible choice, which was probably what he was going for with that point booster. But, oh, we may have a fight on our hands here. TA. Oh no, Nix getting completely cheated by the refraction there. Fooled by it. Now they're not even going to chase him. PA coming in, going to take one kill. Now the Phantom Lancer Wolfram, OD, the old OD, has returned as a Phantom Lancer. And this is actually not terrible for him. He does have the Null Talisman, which does, well, weaken him a little bit. But in terms of a bottle and boots, it's all fine. And also the good old magic wand, at least up against the lineup like this. Nyx Assassin getting a terrible amount of harass here. And PA is gonna possibly have a problem dealing with this. Actually gonna go for the OBS. It's gonna turn into a Scotty. Now the doppelganger coming out, stun on target. And now Phantom Lance, or Lena, excuse me, should be able to find that kill. Yes, sir. Lena taking it. So now PL is gonna spawn it again. We do have a little Shrek up on Elo, the old Beastmaster. It's just a matter of time to see what this PL is gonna turn into. The Shrek can work with the power treads, depends on how you want to build him, but might not last that long. PA jumping in and gonna take that kill. Now the counter initiation? Nope, not even. He's just gonna decide not to care about the low TA here. Or PA. Phantom Assassin. It's a bit annoying when you have abbreviations that are very, very similar. Clinks. Now out. He can work somewhat well with the Dagon. This could actually work. He's gonna TP in to try to help out his TA buddy here. He's gonna go straight for the invis. Bottom tower. We got actually the Ogre Magi here. Working those power treads, sitting with the good old Yasha there. Oh, Phantom Assassin, you are in trouble, girl. Klink's missing though, left and right, but she should fall. She's lacking that crit and not gonna come. Wolfram taking that kill, and able to make it out, and that's gonna be a huge blow to the TA. Was probably looking to build the Scotty at some point at least. Now that she's gotten lifesteal, if she turns into a support, she's rather much worthless. So yeah, that's pretty much the situation as of right now. Randy pretty much the only hero sitting on what he started with, except the Elder Titan and the Nixie. But we do have a Centaur Warrunner on Elo, the first Beastmaster, who then turned into a Lishrak and now turning into a Centaur Warrunner with the pair of power treads. Now they're diving deep though. Klink's gonna be able to make it out only thanks to the Stampede, dodging the Light Strike Array. There's a TA sitting inside the woods. They might want to go for this Elder Titan. He is super low, and if they can get him, that will be a huge benefit to him, because he's basically not died. Sand King trying to farm up the jungle rather solidly. Actually looking for that Shadow Blade. That's something that can work on most heroes. And he's actually sitting on the most last hits. As of right now, completely outfarming the Ogre Magi, who was the old, excuse me. Now we got the Lifestealer. Say goodbye to tomorrow. Spawning right back in as the Lifestealer. So a Split Earth is gonna drop. Centaur Warrior trying to make it out. That return damage doing some work, but say goodbye to tomorrow. Should be able to make it out. That was the old PA as far as I know. It was the old PA. Now Light Strike Array is gonna go. If they can get this TA, that'll be a rather big kill. Nope, actually gonna go for the meld, and Lifestealer is gonna drop. Now Klinks might be in a bit of trouble. He doesn't have the Ghost Rock. Dragon Slave is unfortunately gonna miss. Now Randy coming back in, gonna let the Omni Slash rip. Maybe gonna find one. Elder Titan. Is he gonna go? Yes, he is. Juggernaut taking that kill. Corrosive Spikes going out. Spike Carapace. Corrosive. I'm not real sure what I was trying to say there. Nick dropping low. Klinks wanting to chase this. Probably don't think you want to. TA. Oh, gonna get stunned by the Sand King. They could get a big kill here. Oh, Lena, no, off target with the Light Strike Array. Randy now coming in. He wants to help out his TA buddy. Lena gonna take that kill. Randy now coming back in. And we do have a straight spawn in of a Bane and an Earthshaker here. Kills going out left and right, and it's difficult to figure out who is who. But we're just going to be doing a little recap here. Earthshaker is now played by Elo. Camouflage Line, the old Ogre Magi, is now sitting on a Bane. Got the Clinks still up and running. Now Earthshaker. Oh, gonna find the Broodmother here? Oh, the Nightmare. He was trying to engage Elo. Oh dear. He's sitting inside the Nightmare. Clinks. Maybe wanting to get this little Broodmother. Nyx going in deep here. As he is looking to get the Earthshaker. Not gonna find it though. Nightmare gonna go on to the Nyx Assassin. Ah, Bane. Your poor, poor soul. Yes, he can actually turn it off on his own. But we do have the Broodmother now, which was the old PA. And Sand King. Gonna be sitting on the Broodmother. We've got a Pudge in the game, and this is actually not half that bad. Phase Boots, they're okay on Pudge. Shadow Blade works very, very well. Now gonna find the Clinks. They're not gonna be able to get the Dismember in time. We even have a Wisp up and going here. I've pretty much lost track of who was who, but that's pretty much what we gotta work with Broodmother. Getting forced back here. Walt's gonna go from the Darkseer. And Omega. Getting forced back. Now Nixie coming in. Echo Slam is gonna drop, and that was a huge ultimate. Picking off that Nyx Assassin. Pudge now coming into the wrong place, looking for the IO. Is he gonna make it? There is no mana for Fisher. Only in a couple of seconds. Pudge, oh, gonna fall victim to the Omni Slash. Ouchies. Randy, the only one to stay alive throughout the entire game, and we're just gonna be doing a recap of who is playing who as of right now. We got Randy on the Juggernaut. We got Camouflage Line on the Bane. Clinks is currently played by Omega still, who might just get his hands on a Darkseer here. It sure as hell looks like it. Say goodbye to tomorrow on the Broodmother. Not really too eager to help out here. Darkseer might fall, and that could be a quick goodbye to him. Only getting to drop the 1-1s, and yes, he is gonna go. Clinks trying to retreat out. There's an IO coming in. Gonna tether. They might want to see if they can find this Broodmother. It could at least be an important pickup for him. Earthshaker does have a Fisher in a couple of seconds here. So if they could get some wards down, that'd be amazing. And relocate back up from the... Oh, we got an Axe in the game, and we got a Gyrocopter coming in. Elo gonna drop the Fisher. Gonna stun too. Is now gonna get caught up by the bomb, and... Ouchies. Randy actually now going in. Despite all odds, Kunga letting the boat rip. It's gonna get torrented. He's taking a lot of damage, and Randy is gonna fall to the donk. Now the counter initiation coming in from Clinks. And now every single hero has been replaced. The rocket is gonna rip on the IO. It's not gonna be nearly enough damage though. But it is gonna hurt. Nope, it's actually not, because they managed to get the pick on that. And if the game wasn't so damn hectic, I could get into who was playing who. Nick on the X. Maybe looking for that. Oh, actually gonna get Fiend Script. Ouchies. IO, they're having trouble dealing with the Broodmother. They should probably focus on the X. And he's now gonna get Nightmared as well. They popped the dust on him. And now he's coming in with the Berserker's Call. One donk. Is he gonna get the second one? Not yet. There is a rocket flying. So they pretty much gotta follow that one. And IO and the Bane are going to be spawning back in as something else. Got the Gyrocopter with the finished Aghanim Scepter. Once again, a terrible item choice, because it's not every hero that needs an Aghanim Scepter. Blink Dagger can work on most heroes, but currently they're just building for their own heroes. Mirana sitting on that Mithril Hammer, spawning in on Elo. And we got Huskar and Viper. Randy turning into the Viper, and we got the Huskar played by Camouflage Line. This build fits a little bit better. Not entirely all that much better, but still a little bit better. Randy sitting on that Viper. Now Axe taking a lot of that poison damage. Arrow is gonna miss. Mirana gonna leap for it. No Storm. She could thread switch it, but doesn't even need to. Mirana taking that kill. Now or Gyrocopter coming in with the call down. Huskar taking that kill, but it's gonna drop himself. So that was 3 big heroes going down, and they want to find the Broodmother. Good dust there coming out, and that was it. Ouchies. So that's the Broodmother going to be respawning in, so that's going to make the Pretty much even. Actually, it is going to be even now. And we got a Bristle back in the game as well, plus a new Lion jumping in. I'm having a hard time keeping track of these heroes because we got 2 heroes spawning in every single minute. And who do we got here? We got the Huskar. Gonna turn into that Shen, and that's pretty much the worst build you could possibly have. Got the Troll Warlord as well with the Blink Dagger. I'm not entirely sure if that works out in his favor, but we'll see a Troll Warlord working a Blink Dagger here. Might be easier for him to initiate and jump people. We got the Bristle back here as well. That's not half that bad. You got a pair of Drum of Endurance, a pair of Power Treads to ensure his strength, and it's not all that bad. We have the Bad Rider as well. Now jumping in with an Aghanim Scepter, and that's exactly what I said. Yes, this hero has no upgrade. Aghanim Scepter ain't gonna do much for you, so you should never rush an axe in ArDM. As we do have a Spectre joining in as well. What's the build gonna be like on him? Slash her, excuse me. Not really all that good. Seeing the fact that Spectre isn't usually relying on too much lifesteal. Now Camouflage Lion might get chased down here. Got the dagger on him. He's gonna heal Randy. Getting forced back by the Flame Break. Now the blink in from the Troll Warlord. They're gonna finish off Camouflage Lion. Blink's coming in from the rear. Lion doesn't have a finger. He already spent it. Not entirely sure on who. And now, oh, Viper Randy in trouble. Both gonna rip, and that should be an easy kill for this Kunkka to pick up. And this is a common Kunkka build, pretty much at least. They're gonna let the dust rip, but there are no Invis heroes pretty much except for Kunkka here. He's gonna get sucked a bit dry of his mana. It's gonna deny Shadow Blade any chance of returning, but as of right now, Dire on a roll. They're pretty much sitting on 5 carries. Oh, the arrow is gonna connect Bad Rider, dropping low from that. But if you actually look at it, this is not a very uncommon Kunkka build. It's at least the right items, not exactly the right progression, but it's the right items that he's pretty much got on. And we got a Morphling now joining in. This does follow suit a little bit better, and still not amazing, but works a little bit better on him. We got a Wraith King also joining in. This is actually rather good for your Wraith King. Camouflage Lion. Oh, the arrow is going to connect, and Bad Rider now going to get chased down. Waveform. Yes, sir. That's the Bad Rider gone, and Troll Warlord going to blink out. I'm always expecting the axe when I see the blink animation. We now got a Luna joining us here in this game. Wolfram Omega, the old Clinks, is going to turn into that Luna. And that's going to switch things up a bit. She doesn't exactly have a good build, which I would say is fair to say, but she could make a difference for him. I'm excited to see what this Bad Rider is going to get turned into. Arrow going to fly through, not going to connect on anybody. But this middle tower should almost fall. Nick jumping in. He is going to get all the Eclipse is going to rip. Unfortunate connections though. Not going to be able to finish off the Troll Warlord. But it is going to force back this Dire Team Spectre. Now getting himself not exactly caught out. They do have a lot more trouble dealing with the Haunt. Waveform now in from Morphling. He might go down here. Is strengthening like a madman. Trying to stay alive here. Got no damage left. So he can't even turn it. And he's going to go down. Ouchies. And we even have an Ursa coming in. Now Luna. Really eager to take kills here. But nevertheless, we do have Alex the Mighty turning into that Ursa. And once again, Aghanim Scepter falling a little bit flat is probably an understatement. It's falling very flat here. Kunkka sitting on 2.2k gold. His death is going to cost him 420, which could become a problem. He might want to try to see if he can get a neutral item on himself. Luna, they're now taking down Kara bottom lane, and Ursa gonna try for that. Roshan, you ain't gonna get far without a Vlads, my man. And that's just the end of it. And he's unable to take that. Roshan, unable to heal up. Alex, I'm not entirely sure what you're attempting to do, but you're dying to a Roshan, and you might want to consider getting the fuck out. Oh, even gonna cancel the bottle charge. His maps skills aren't all that great. Roshan is pretty much gone, so they gotta have the Kunkka come in to help him out. And Ursa might actually fall to Roshan. That would be a bit of a disaster there, but they're gonna take it. Ursa picking up that. Nope, Kunk actually picking up that Aegis. That's probably for the better, seeing the fact that his build is a lot more solid than what Ursa has currently got. Did I emphasize that Ursa has a bad build? I did emphasize it, didn't I? Diffusal Blade now coming out in the Spectre now. Once again, that's a bit of a specialized item. But I kind of like it, seeing the fact that it does work somewhat decently. Because it's active on the person you cast it upon, and not relying on the person who's carrying it. Which is what an Aghanim Scepter is exactly the opposite of. And now Frustrations joins. Coming out from this Ursa. He's frustrated, and I can totally understand him. He's got an item which is going to give him stats, but not really much else than that. Attack speed is not very high. His damage is quite low. And Luna, it looks like that is actually an Orchid of Malevolence. Which is a somewhat decent item on most heroes. It's not amazing on every hero, but it's okay on some. And it's done for. Wolfram, having that brought out by the courier. So we got the Troll Warlord, probably looking to build himself a, that right there is actually something different than I expected. Because if you look at it, that right there looks an awful lot like a Vial of Discord. Which I don't think is a terribly good item unless he's expecting to spawn in as support next. Which totally ruins my concept of people building for, or disproves the idea of building people for, or people building for their current hero. Now Kunkka going for the Invis, does actually have the Demon Edge for that Daedalus. Is he gonna go for it? He has a lot of damage built into this. He could go for the Lion, and he is gonna, but now the stun. Actually the Hex first, now the stun. Lion rotating around. Doesn't quite have the mana for the finger yet. He's trying for it. Kunkka dropping low, now the backup's coming in from the Troll Warlord. They're gonna find the Wraith King, but both reincarnations are gonna come back up and online. Arrow gonna find its mark on the Kunkka, and he's stunned for a good little while. Nice arrow there. Coming in from the Lina, but Wraith King is ultimately gonna fall. Illo now getting chased down, is gonna be able to leap away. He's sitting on the Desolator. Oh, Wolfram coming in with that epicenter, but this might be a bit too much for him. Boats dropping. We got Warlock Golems coming in left and right here. As I'm not entirely sure why, because I don't see a Warlock. There it is. That's the Warlock. And oh, the finger. Let her rip. Lion pretty much taking a kill. Warlock losing the Golems, but they at least managed to defend the tower after losing 3. This was quite a chaotic fight. No, Lion, please don't. Please don't go for the Aghanim Scepter, Hyundai Kunawa, because if you do, could be a disaster. Warlock going for it as well. Well, we got the Ursa down, which is not actually the biggest of issues. Warlock now trying to TP out. There are no stuns, and he should be able to. Kunkka now picking up his Daedalus. Spectre. That's giving up the idea of a, of a Mask of Madness, currently just building for the hero that he's got. Bristleback actually going for a good old solid Assault Cuirass, which is pretty good because it affects the heroes around you. Rikimaru, you could turn that into a Dagon very easily. That'd actually be pretty solid. So we got a Rikimaru joining in. Sniper, once again, the Aghanim Scepter, not going to do much for him. And he's also sitting on an Orgo Club, so this is a rather weak sniper. We also got a Medusa joining in, which means that the Mask of Madness is not super bad, but you really want more for your mana shield. And we also got a Rupik jumping in with an Orchid of Malevolence. That's not going to be that bad depending on what spell he steals. We have a Weaver as well with the Desolator, which is a surprisingly good build on a pair of power treads. Even a naked Deso is going to do, is going to work miracles. Now we might have the Riki. Yep, he's tangling up with the Rubik here, trying to find a kill. Might want to Orchid him. It could help him get out. And it's just going to lift him up into the air. Not going to toss him just yet. Extra bottle sips is going to keep him alive. And Wolfram should almost be able to make it back out here. He does have a dust. Now the counter. They're coming in up from the top here. Elo jumping in. They want to get this kill. Riki jumping. The misses. Not a chance. Now Kunkka joining in here. Oh, Weaver getting caught out. But the backtrack. Oh no, not the backtrack. The time lapse. He's going to dodge the finger of death with that. Oh, wow. Oh, that's not. What the fuck am I saying? Conka, of course, getting oh, the mistakes. The mistakes. I am very, very sorry. Conka, of course, eating that finger death. It looked like it connected on Weaver. You guys gotta give me that. But that was rather unfortunate. Weaver, I'm not entirely sure what you're building. A soul ring. Now Spectre haunting in, wanting to get this Warlock. It could be a disaster if he got down. Now the Assassinate gonna seal his fate. He's gonna drop the Golems first though. Gonna try to get the counter kill here on the Spectre. He's low on armor, but not gonna be able to. Illo? I am not sure why he's building that. Like, honestly, I have no clue why he's building a soul ring for a Weaver. I mean, it could secure him a time lapse, but then again, it's not that expensive at level 14 mana wise. I've played Weaver with a lot of success. I've never built a soul ring on him, and it only turns into one item. A Bloodstone. And that is not exactly Weaver standards. Now Sniper. Gonna try to take this tower, Randy. Was that steal? That was a good old Stifling or Spectral Dagger. Don't think that's gonna make a lot of a difference. He's gonna try to make it out, but it's gonna get caught. And gonna get finished off. Spectre though, having trouble, as well as Kunkka dealing with this damage. Weaver now coming in with at least one kill so far. Bristleback. The minus armor is real. Even with an almost finished AC, Sniper getting caught inside the ice path. He's now going to get completely bursted down. Snowball rolling through. Tusk able to respawn in time. Lion gonna drop. As well as basically everybody. Deuce are dying. The entirety of the Radiant team is pretty much down except for Illo. Yikesies. So we're going to be having a lot of new heroes. Tusk. Nikrai is going to be spawning in on him. We got Kunkka, we managed to make it out, so we got Sniper and the Spectre. But that was very chaotic. Warlock dying at the start of that, then spawning in as Jakiro and landing a near perfect ice path onto that Sniper. And then dying to a Snowball Tusk. Omni Knight with an Orchid. That could actually work. Omni Knight is notorious for staying alive, so this actually works out rather well. We're going to be having a Queen of Pain spawn in on Say Goodbye to tomorrow. Even an Enchantress. That axe is going to work for him, though. Got a Clockwork as well as spawning in. That was totally calculated. Aghanim Scepter, one of the best items on Clockwork, as that's going to reset his hook charge by so much, but he's not going to last long on it because Clockwork is all about running in, getting the cogs, maybe staying alive, most likely dying. So we've got a Night Stalker as well. This is not bad though. He's not very farmed, but it's not bad. I mean, if you look at it, no heroes except for Kunkka are very farmed. Kunkka now sitting on another Crystallis, really hoping for the crit chances on the Tidebringer. Usually you could actually build a Battle Fury just for the extra amount of push. We even got an Abaddon spawning in on Hyundai Kurua here. Tuskar wanting to go for the Snowball is going to find the Omni Knight, but he is repelled, so no stun. Wallow's Punch though goes through. Omni Knight sitting there trapped. Enchantress doing the damage. Tusk can't stand up to it. Now Omni Knight dropping. Cogs are going to fly. Clockwork hook shot out of those. Trying to go on with the Weaver. Now the Sonic Wave is going to come in. Almost going to bring down the Enchantress. But not a problem for her to stay alive. Night Stalker is going to let the nighttime rip. Clockwork is going to die. Boat coming in. Almost going to burst down the Enchantress. There was a crit on that, but it was not enough. Bristleback now probably looking to fall here. Weaver doesn't have a backtrack. Not a backtrack, a time walk. Oh, Kunkka on the kill there, onto the Night Stalker, and even going to trigger the Abaddon's good old borrowed time. Getting out juked, and there it is. That's the crit. Kunkka saving his Bristleback buddy. He's going to stay alive, and now Kunkka is seriously farmed. Like, he's got a second Daedalus. This is going to be Yauchi. Venomancer, that's not half that bad. Helmet Dominator is, but in and of itself, it's not that bad. You got the Blink Dagger. That's pretty much all you need on Venomancer. It would be nice with an Aghanim Scepter or Vial of Discord, but as of right now, I think that's going to suffice. Respawning in is the Skywrath Mage as well. We have a Horn of the Magnus. The Magnus, that's not going to work though, at all. And not really sure why people are building axes left and right, because it is a terrible item if you do not have an axe upgrade. Got an Ember Spirit as well, once again with the axe. People got to stop building axes. Aghanim Scepters, basically, because it's not working. We even got an Aghanim Scepter on the Abaddon, which was of course the Lion earlier. Shadow Shaman now spawning in, probably not good with the Mask of Madness for him, but he is mobile as fuck, if you look at it. The Blink Dagger, not half that bad. You don't really need too much. You don't really need the Aghanim Scepter all that much, because the Serpent Wards on their own do a ridiculous amount of damage. It is going to get upped a lot, but it's not all that bad. Camouflage Lion, of course, sitting on that Aghanim Scepter. And Venomancer just going to be tanking the damage for now. So we got 10 respawns versus 16 respawns. And this could go bad, seeing the fact that I would say that Dire Side does have the better team fighting team, as of right now. Crystal Maiden, though, spawning back in on the Axe, which is rather good. So that's going to help out a lot and really going to work well in those team fights. We do have a fight up on the top lane there. Ember Spirit dropping right away. Now Enchantress wanting to get a little bit of damage on this Bristleback. Venomancer are going to let the ulti rip, and this should be the Deathly Camouflage Lion. They just don't have the damage though. Enchantress healing through it. Now the good old RP is going to catch her out. Weaver taking a lot of damage here. Does have the time lapse and everything in order, so that should not become a problem at all. And Magnus working on an Aghanim Scepter. As well, I'm not sure why, because Axe, there is no reverse polarity upgrade. Axe is left and right. Weaver got the Bloodstone in order. That's only going to make his team lose respawns faster, pretty much. But yeah, Ember Spirit might be looking to get something a bit better this time. Enchantress, I'm really excited to see what that's going to turn into. So we do have some very, very interesting heroes on both lineups right now. And not exactly things that synergize well. Kunkka pretty much sitting on the damage here. Just going to go for that third Chrysalis. Daedalus is everywhere, guys. Spawns, new spawns in are the Timber Saw with that Aghanim Scepter. That does work. And Tidehunter. Pretty much only thing he needs is a refresher. But that is that's a seriously bad idea to build. Like, Aghanim Scepter is dumb, but Refresher is more or less equally dumb. Techie spawn in with an Aghanim Scepter, Sanjin Yasha, and Power Chest. He's not going to have amount of trouble at all, said with a lot of sarcasm in my voice here if you couldn't tell. So we got a Skywrath Mage with an Orchid of Malevolence. Oh, Tidehunter, I'm not really sure what you're doing, my man. I think it's just scouting out the Roach Pit here. He does have the Ravage. No blink for now for at least another 2 seconds here. I don't think that's a fight they want to take. They got the RP. Almost got the RP. Plus the Ravage. It could be Yaochi. Kunkka. He's just coming in for those. Yep, the wipes and then getting tossed back out. Now they got the Timber Saw though. Sitting on the double damage rune. Plus the axe. Plus the blade. Plus the BKB. He's got a semi-decent amount of health, but it's going to become even worse. Yikesies, that's the Shadow Shaman gone. And they have a serious problem if the team fight is going to happen here next. Plus they have a Kunkka with a seriously high amount of damage. Skywrath Mage going to let the ulti rip. Oh, this could be bad. Skywrath Mage. Yaochi's, and he's just going to go down. Not just going to give up, basically. It's going to pop the Orchid, but that's not really going to matter. Weaver is only just able to retreat out there. As Kunkka is sitting on the damage here. This is getting to the point of ridiculousness. And he's just going to be jumping in once again. And there it is. That's actually, that's an entire creep wave gone. Now, oh, they maybe want to let the good old remote mines rip. Yep, it's almost going to be enough. Magnus able to make it back out though. Ravage just going to pop tech. He's going to get stunned by that one, but no real effect. So they're going to be short of the Ravage and the RP here for the next probably minute and a half, and that's going to enable Scarith Mage to respawn into something else. Chaos Knight. Blink Dagger doesn't really work out on him. You could turn that Yasha into Manta Style. Mask of Madness. Nah. It is a difficult situation, though, that they're sitting in right now, because they're not getting heroes that are even remotely close to each other. And yep, you go from Scarith Mage to a Legion Commander. And that's kind of dreadful, because if you lose a... Well, you can only really lose one duel, which is the fortunate thing. And then I think you'll have the dueling damage for the rest of the game if you die and respawn back in. So you're just going to be careful with it, because it could do you a lot of good.
Gold for my chest.
Kunkka just sitting on all the farm in the world. He's going to be building even more data lists. As of right now, he's got a ridiculous amount already. And he is almost critting on every single hit, if you look at it. And if you look at that right there, it's an 800 crit and 900 crit. His damage is immense, and if he's combining that with the Tidebringer, it's going to be even worse. And worst of all, even an Empower. That is Youchi Youchi. Tidehunter. Got the Blink Dagger in order. Still on the Power Treads, on the Helmet Dominator. And no real change in scenery for him. People pretty much just hanging on to their money at this point, waiting for something that's worth spending their money on. I'd say the BKBs, you know, no matter what hero you are, is a good choice. So get things like BKBs, regular Power Treads, Dagons, something like that, because that's reliable. That's reliable items that you got. Whereas something like Lifesteal or something is very, very specialized. Timbersaw, I'm getting caught out. There is no initiation from anybody. Legion Man are going to jump in and go for the duel. There is no damage to follow it up. She might die. No, she's not. That duel is going to last too long. Yes, we were not finished. As the ulti is going to rip. Magnus going to let go of the RP. I'm not entirely sure why he did that. Caught nobody. And now both teams pretty much looking to retreat out there. And that's a ranged, or that's a good old little catapult there that's not very happy. And we got the, third data list coming out for our good old friend the Kunkka here. Now Tidehunter is getting caught out. He is almost going to be able to make it out. There's enough damage resistance for those little leeches there. But Weaver going to take that kill, and that's one good old Tidehunter down there. Magnus able to charge out of this one. Legion Commander might be looking for a duel. That's probably the wrong one to duel. And she's going to fall. Permanent damage for the Bristleback there. And now Timbersaw. He's going to get caught inside, Static Star or Static Shield there. Youchi's Kunkka now going in. I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to accomplish here, but it's doing a significant amount of damage. Critting for 1k as of right now. So yeah, fight recap. Got the Timbersaw dead, Tidehunter dead, and Legion Commander dead. And Legion Commander wasn't really meant to be Legion Commander judging from that build. But I'm excited to see if they can actually turn it around here, the Radiant, as they're 7-14 on respawns. What can you do here? What can you do? You gotta take, like proper team fights. Currently Chaos Knight is out far, or he was farming not too long ago. Didn't really factor in the last fight. But he's not really sitting on a dream build. Phoenix. Well, it could be worse. Urn is a common item on Phoenix. Helmet Dominator is not, but Blink Dagger is neither. But you pretty much got the Urn on the Power Treads. And we now have a Zeus in the game. Now that Orchid is actually going to work miracles with this Zeus. That's going to be Yoshi. Yep, now we see the Dagons coming out. You basically want to get a hero neutral item. Bounty Hunter. Got the Axe as well, no upgrade. Basically, BKB and Arcane Boots. The only item you can really use is BKB. Yep, gonna sell the Soul Ring. And, what do we got other than that? Here we got the Phoenix and the Bounty Hunter. So 12-6 on respawns. And this Bristleback is looking really, really solid. Now got his heart done. And he's going to be pretty much impossible to take out. Has been the hero who's died the least. La Place. He's sitting on some solid items at least. Hello. Also going for the Eagles song. Probably going to turn that into a butterfly. Now going to find the bounty hunter here. As bounty hunter is rather weak. And he's greedy, is he? He is probably greedy. But yeah, Zeus, I'm not entirely sure how much good that's going to do for him, because at this point usually you would have an axe, you would have a refresher, and he doesn't really have that. Weaver though is a very, very solid hero at this point. So is Randy, probably looking to build that armlet. I mean, they can't really hope to respond in too many times now. Magnus, yep, that's not going to connect. He is tracked though, so they do see him. And there are bombs on the outside here. And that could become a problem for this dire team. Tech, he's being efficient at mining up here. Is going for the Yule Scepter, also an item which is very, very hero neutral. Yule Scepter can work on pretty much anybody. Kunkka though, sitting on those 3 data lists, this is ridiculous to look at. If he gets an Empower, they're gone. And now the push in. Ulti is gonna rip, Sue's gonna let it go. Sun is actually even forced to Sun the Phoenix. And she should be fine though. And now the boat coming in, Weaver having trouble. Nope, not even gonna get the backtrack off here. But the bombs are gonna rip. Completely dismembering the Magnus. And even the Bounty Hunter, he's also gonna go. Now they're trying to chase the Kunkka. That would be a disaster if he dropped. And he almost is. The boat just keeping him alive. Phoenix gonna drop as well. So now the turnaround is imminent here. Only losing the Weaver and almost getting the Bristol back as well. If only they had this Zeus ult right now, that would be absolutely incredible. Yeah, Zeus ult now. He's got none. Now the armlet is done for the Chaos Knight. That's gonna make his illusion so much more scary. Plus the Blink Dagger in from the Crystal Maiden as well, so her ulti is pretty damn good as well. And even actually switching out, yep, for a pair of power treads here. And Zeus also going for Blink Dagger. That's not half that bad. This could be interesting though. A Faceless Void with a Desolator. That's actually rather cool. I would like to see this work right here. And I love the fact that they reskinned the entire hero plus the icons, except for Time Walk. They got the Time Lock and the Backtrack in place, and the Chronosphere. But they just left the Time Walk alone, and the only issue is that I think the new reskin doesn't really fit too well into his to the rest of the models. I mean, he looks a lot more different than you would actually expect. Compared to if you look at something like the Silencer and the Death Prophet up against this new Faceless Void icon up in the top there. It looks a little bit too different, and we actually got an Earth Spirit spawning in as well. You can't really use an Aghanim. You can actually use an Aghanim Scepter. That's actually pretty cool. So you can use an Aghanim Scepter. I just never seen an Earth Spirit Aghanim Scepter build before. Captain Kunkka. Now actually going for the Reaver as well. Now the Chrono though. Gonna connect on pretty much anybody. Oh, he's going for the wrong illusion. Kunkka illusion. Taking too much damage. Elo. Getting forced back out. Now Randy eating the full force of that exorcism. Yikesies. And now they're down to 4 respawns. They gotta defend high ground. They gotta make sure that they do not get trapped in this. And this Kunkka, once he gets a heart, that could become a big problem for him. He has way too much damage. Oh, this is a problem. He's got a lot of bombs. And there's one. They gotta let these rip as well. Let the secondary bombs rip. No? Do it. Let him blow. You got a lot of heroes there. Oh, Techies, what are you doing? Let the bombs go. They could have 2 easy kills. They had 2 easy kills there and 2 big heroes. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. They're roaming around this area. Techies. What is he doing? He's waiting. He's seeing them. He knows they're there. Just not let him go. Oh, Sue's ulti gonna rip again. There it is. That's a double kill. And that's even on the Kunkka. That's a very, very big kill. As he could turn into something completely useless now. He could. I argue that he could have gotten 3 with those bombs if he had let him go at the right time, but just didn't. Now we got the Puckna respawn in as well. Armlet Puckna. Yes, sir. Because that's exactly how it works. Now, CM getting caught out here is silenced, so she's pretty much going to get basically die. Yep, there you go. The boulder as well. Chrono out from the void, and there is no mistake in this time. Death Prophet is going to let her life. Earth Spirit going to try to make it out. Going to get forced back and actually going to rock probably the wrong way. Earth Spirit now going to get stunned, and now it's on to Bristleback. I think he should be able to cope somewhat decently with the damage. Now actually going to get used by this Techies, and he is in trouble. Now the Orchid goes. Void jumping in again. They got the bashes off, but he's one tough nut to crack. Could this be a team wipe? We haven't even gotten the Death Prophet and the Kunkka respawn in yet, and Silencer dropping as well down there. Void, he wants it. Is he gonna get a bash? He's gonna get a bash. But Bristleback, just too tanky. Holy hell, he's able to make it out, running all the way across the map here. And that's the power of a Bristleback with only an Assault Cuirass and a Heart of Tarrasque here. Just too damn tanky. And what do we have in terms of respawns? We got the Tinker up and running, who works rather well with the Blink and the Dagon. We have a Sven. Ooh, that is a problem. That is a problem. Why Sven? Why Sven? The amount of crits that he's gonna have. The amount of crits. Oh yeah. Zeus calling it out. So goddamn lucky. Coddle does actually have the Aghanim Scepter. That works rather well out for him. And Windranger going to be spawning in as well. Aghanim Scepter for her works somewhat decently as well. But that right there might have been the luckiest ArDM respawn I have ever seen. And it could not come at a better time for them. And he's got his heart now. He is big and strong. He is the almighty Sven. And that's the problem. Holy hell. Just looking at it makes me cringe. Arch Death, you dirty, dirty dog. Holy hell. This Sven is gonna work miracles. I cannot. I gotta take my eyes off him for a second, but I really don't want to. Windranger sitting on that BKB plus the Oblivion staff here. Might want to turn that into an Orchid of Malevolence as well. That could actually work out rather well. Just go for the Orchid and let the Focus Fire rip. Now this or a Spirit Bear. Excuse me, Spirit Breaker has spawned in as well. Does not have an Aghanim Scepter. That works out for him somewhat decently. He does have a Blink Dagger, which does allow him to chase a lot better, even if he doesn't get the bashes. And yeah, he's actually going to be a very, very valuable asset up against the Bristleback, because he will always go for the Nether Strike in front of the Bristle, as far as I know. But Windranger got a good little push there going bottom. And this is like oh, even the Sven illusions. I have a feeling these guys are going to do massive damage. Sven just roaming around, looking for the Ancients as well, looking for even more for him. Yep, these things actually do a rather significant amount of damage here. In cleaning up the creep wave. He's Tinker actually getting charged here. Blink Dagger. He's gonna put himself further from the fight. Void gonna jump in. Maybe gonna go for the Chrono. Not yet. Not even worth it. Coddle Blast here. He's just gonna Void gonna let it rip. Double kill for him, pretty much. Nope, Spirit Break actually got the first kill there. But in the meantime, the Windranger pushing down this bottom tower. Now, Techies getting that Soul Ring. He's turning that into an awesome-ass Bloodstone. Now the Trojan on this Windranger. She does have the BKB and everything else popped. They're still going to get stunned. Oh, the Shackle Shot trying to pull down the Zeus, but that might have been a bit too aggressive here. Is their charge available? 2 seconds. They could charge her and just go for the good old Nether Strike. They don't even need to. Ulti is gonna rip. And this game just all of a sudden became very, very even. Now Sven going to town on this Void, and he's just gonna drop. Now the charge though, coming through from the Spirit Breaker. He's gonna try to go for this kill, might not want to. Second guessing his own decision there, probably for the better. As this Sven is gonna get himself a BKB, and that's probably a rather good pickup. He's done, he's 6 slotted. Almost, he only needs the pair of BOTs, but he's pretty much done. And that's gonna make him so much more scary. And yep, Void is gonna drop just as he was about to get that AC done. I'm really excited to see what he's gonna turn into, because that could make or break the game for him. 2 deaths left on both teams. We got a Naga Siren and a Vengeful Spirit now spawning in. Excuse my voice there, that just decided to not work there for a second. But this is a rather exciting matchup. Bristleback now getting the Radiance. That could work out really, really well, especially up against the squishy heroes like the Zeus and the Pugna here. So what are they going to be spawning in as? We got a Slark, and this actually is not the worst. It could be a lot better, but it's not the worst. As the Butterfly is probably going to come into effect here up against the Sven if he can get some good dodges out from that. And who's the Wind Ranger going to spawn in as? We got the Treant Protector, the Aghanim Scepter. That works out for him rather nicely. He can go for the Eyes of the Forest, even though it's not really going to matter. It's too late to go on there. Now Spirit Breaker jumping in. They're going to try to go in the Bristleback. Probably the wrong target. Pretty much the biggest target. Song is going to rip. Now enabling the Sven to come in. He's going to get the stun off. There it is. Oh, the 2k crit out from the Sven. Now Bristleback, he's going to get put in place and now going to get a life drain. Very, very effective way of doing it. Sven just going to clean up creep waves easily. Oh, is he going to run into the mine? Some of them are physical. Is he going to run out? Yes, Techies, let her rip. Let her rip, Techies. I want to see this Sven die for a change. Techies now going to get stunned as well. It's going to drop. Now you got to let the mines go. He's got to let the mine go. There it is. The double kill for the Techies. Might just win him the game. 3 dead for this dire side. All they got left is 2 respawns, and that's going to be on the Vengeful Spirit and the Naga Siren. Whereas this dire side, or Radiant side, they're going to be having 2 left still. So they got to be careful. Actually, they're just going to charge straight out onto the Bristleback. Overgrowth has not been spent yet. He's probably going to let that rip here in a second. Yes, there it is. That's going to ensure the Bristleback's probable escape here. They're not going to turn onto the Spirit Breaker, though. Is he going to get the kill? That could be a huge kill for him to take. Yes, he is. Spirit Breaker not going to be returning in. So that's the plus done. And it's our Sven here, who's also finished. So it's 4 versus 4. Alchemist. Bloodseeker, he wanted it. He didn't want the Techies to respawn. God. How annoying is that? I would actually say that the Techies does have the item built to do a lot more damage with basically any hero. So Hande Kuruwa here, not letting his little buddy there respawn, and he's got no damage. He's only got the Rupture. Pretty much. He can help out the Alchemist a lot. Alchemist actually sitting on an okay decent build. At least considering the circumstances. Now we're going to be having the Disruptor and the Animage. Animage, unable to basically do anything. He's got a Blink Dagger, which he doesn't need. Diffusal Blade, which he doesn't need. Aghanim Scepter, which he doesn't need. Face Boots, okay. Sometimes. Voidstone, which he doesn't need. So there's not a whole lot left in this Aghanim Scepter. Or not Aghanim Scepter, Anti-Mage. Excuse me. But the Disruptor, though, is sitting on the Dagon. Pretty solid. Also got the Uranus Shadows working for him. And the Blink Dagger to land some nice little Static Storms there. And we got Bashers. Yeah, he's selling his stuff to make sure that he gets proper Anti-Mage stuff. But now the push is imminent, though. This could be the deciding factor. As Elo leading the charge here. Bristleback, Laplace. Static Storm is actually gonna drop here. Alchemist looking for kills. This is not a guy you want to go up against. Disruptor gonna blink out, and then he's gonna be ending up stunning himself. Yep, there it is. Not really gonna matter all that much. Zeus got the Invis Rune, though. He's got an Aghanim Scepter going for him. Now they're gonna be going up against this Bristleback. Oh, Bloodseeker gonna actually get sent back. Gonna pop the blood right now. Disruptor gonna fall as well. That's 2 dead. And it's 2 versus 4. Anti-Mage and the Treant Protector. There's only one way this can go, and that's into a disaster. Anti-Mage fighting up basically solo up against 4 heroes. The only salvation is a good overgrowth, but I rather doubt that's going to happen. He's got the Refresher Orb, which is probably the right avenue to travel down, considering the fact that basically they need to land so much disabled. It's basically ridiculous. They got, with a Refresher, about 9 seconds. And now this Zeus is actually going to DC, probably the wrong timing, so now it's only 3 versus 2. This is totally doable now, even though the Anti-Mage has a shit build. He should sell the Aghanim Scepter and buy something a bit better, in my eyes, because it's not going to do him any good anymore. I mean, he's not going to spawn in on a different hero that can really work in Aghanim Scepter. So, yeah. Alchemist, though, he's got the Bloodstone. Doesn't really need the Bloodstone anymore, but he's regenning. His health pool is too fat. Now they're taking the top racks. It could become an issue for them to defend 2 up against that. Alchemist gonna try to see if he can find this Blink or this Anti-Mage. Gonna let the stun go. Now the Treant Protector. Oh no, buddy! You didn't know. You didn't know. He didn't know. It goes through BKB. And now they're gonna be taking the tier 4s as well. Puckna getting his Aghanim Scepter. They're even going to be able to do this without the Zeus. Radiance Courier going down. Now they gotta go. Treant Protector. Now going to get stunned as well just outside the right. Doesn't actually have the overgrowth. So now they're just going to be forced back into base again. If they can get this Alchemist, it could be big. But they got to make sure that he goes down first. There's the bashes. They need this Treant Protector to come in. They can't force staff him into the fountain if they want to. Yes, they are. They are going to. But just too much regeneration. And this should be almost a Treant Protector falling. Tier 4s are going down. And this is a disaster. This is not an Anti-Mage that is, or Anti-Mage Alchemist that is meant to be killed. He's got dodges. He's got armor. He's got regen. He's got everything. And this is Yaochi. This is Yikesies. Where's the overgrowth? He's got to let it rip. Now the rupture. They're just going to force him back. And the Ancient is now going to fall. This is a disaster. And they're just sitting inside the base. Nothing they can do against this. Radiant taking this one really convincingly. And that is your good game. Oh, Jesus. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. If you have any feedback for me, please do go ahead and give it to me. I'm always looking to become better at my game here. And Randy now getting himself a legendary pipe. That's pretty cool for Dazzle. But yeah, like I was saying, give me some feedback. I know this was a very, very unconventional game, but do please go ahead and give me some feedback. I absolutely love getting feedback. Have had some awesome feedback on Reddit, especially, which I'll be talking more about tomorrow. And apparently these guys want me to join them, and I can't actually think of a reason because he's inside a game, so. But I'm pretty much going to be signing off for now. And I'll see y'all probably tomorrow. Bye-bye.